and this is Samina and you're watching the F&O Show, where we take the stock of the derivative markets. The markets are having a quiet Monday morning on the very first day of trade this year. The Nifty trades flat, 21,716 is where it trades at. The broader markets outperforming just a little bit as compared to the benchmark. The Nifty Next 50 trading with a gain of 0.4%, while the mid-cap universe also trades marginally higher. Across sectors, a quick check of what's moving and what's not moving in today's day of trade. So you've got Bank Nifty that's trading flat. Autos have a marginal gain this morning. IT seeing some profit taking. Media stocks are leading the way up with a gain of 1%. And metals and the PSU banking index continue to rally up in today's day of trade. A couple of movers that are moving the markets in terms of big gainers in trade. You've got the likes of JBMA, Idea, which are topping the charts, the gains of 10 to 11%. But we'll quickly go over to Agam for a quick check on the action in the derivative market. Agam?
Right. Well, it has been a quiet morning. There's no doubt about that, because we really aren't starting to see a lot of traction, at least in the first trading day. In fact, as you can see, there's been very little change, or rather no change in terms of its open interest change. And even as the underlying remains flat as well. The Bank Nifty futures, again, not too much to speak for there. And we are not seeing too much traction in there as well. Sure, we have had a 3% increase, but the underlying, that is the spot, remains as flat and marginally in the green for now. And I'd reckon, at least as far as the option market goes, once again, while we don't have too much to speak for when it comes to the higher end in terms of max OI, in terms of calls, that still stands at 22,000. The max OI input has shifted, as you can see, from 21,500 to the 21,700 strike. So the range certainly seems to have gotten narrowed, at least based on max OI. We'll have to continue to keep an eye on that one, because that most likely will continue to change. And in today's day of trade, it does seem like traders are taking the opportunity to go ahead and sell the 21,900 call, as you can see on your screen here, in terms of changes. To quickly talk about all the stocks which are in focus, let's bring up that list where we have seen an increase in open interest. So we do see an increase in OI in Gujarat Gas, Delta Corp, GNFC and Chambal Fertilizers, all of them advancing by 4.5% to 8%. And looking at fresh longs coming in. And Eicher Motors, of course, on the losing end, we do have about some shorts building in there. In terms of those stocks which are seeing unwinding, in terms of decline in open interest, we do have longs unwinding in Metropolitan Sun TV, Page Industries, NMDC and HPCL, looking at about off short covering. So it's a mixed market and overall quiet morning, Samina.
It's a quiet morning, and it was looking a little tired. Remember, on Friday as well, when we were closing out the year. In terms of a few more stocks to highlight, Goel is looking pretty good. 4% gains on Goel. Motherson Sumi is having a good day. Railway stocks continue to do well. IRCTC is also up 2.5%. Can Bank, Indigo, PNB, Dalmia Bharat, Ambuja Cement are some of the counters that are seeing activity on pretty good volumes in trade this morning. We have with us Soni Patnaik, Assistant VP of JM Financial, and Amit Goel, CMT's founder of Amit Ventures, joining us. Morning, Soni, and morning, Amit. A very happy new year and a prosperous one to both of you. Soni, I'll start with you first. We've closed out December on a pretty solid series. Started off the Jan series a little subdued. Markets are showing some signs of tiredness. The rollover premium is also at historic highs. The VIX index has jumped substantially in the month of December. All of this indicating that there is volatility, but the bets are very, very bullish. So very little room for error or margin of safety in that sense. How would you approach the Jan series on the Nifty?
Good morning and Happy New Year to you too. And thank you so much for having me on the show. So speaking about the Jan series, both the indices have seen rollovers on the longer side. The volatility, VIX crossing 15 and 16 level in the end of December series may indicate that there could be some volatile days ahead in the first half of the Jan series. However, considering that the rollovers have actually taken place on the longer side, It seems imperative that the support levels for Nifty and Bank Nifty, as long as they are held for the entire Jan series. If we talk about Nifty, it is 21,400 and 21,300 as a very strong base for Nifty. Bank Nifty similarly 48,000 and 47,500 is a very strong base. So as long as the support is still held and defended for the remaining of Jan series, the bull side, the upside, outlook will still remain intact for the rest of the Jan series. Looking at both indices, of course, I think Bank Nifty is showing a bit better structure and strength when we look at the rollovers data point. So Bank Nifty somewhere anywhere around 48,000 becomes a good opportunity to re-enter and initiate your longs again, keeping a very small stop loss of 47,500. And you can see it going back to test 49,000 levels in Jan series. So I think that's how the rollovers and the indices are placed, looking at a bullish side.
All right, fair enough. Amit, good morning. Thanks for joining in, and Happy New Year to you as well. How are you looking at trading, at least the benchmarks, when it comes to January series?
Yeah, good morning, Agam. Good morning, Samira, and all the viewers. First and foremost, let me wish you all a very happy New Year 2024. I wish everybody have a green year from a trading perspective. Looking at the indexes, I feel we have had a stupendous rally, which is there for everybody to see. In terms of Nifty, I believe it still continues to be a buy and dip market, and 21,675 would be an area where I would look to go long in Nifty. And if you look at the open interest and the change in open interest data, as you pointed out, Agam, 21,700 has seen a lot of put writing. So if there is a dip, intraday dip, I would look to buy into the Nifty at the lower levels, keeping 21,675, 650 as my stop loss.
Amit, would you also look to buy Bank Nifty on any dips?
From a structural perspective, I am very bullish on certain stocks. If I were to say that some of the stocks that I'm looking at from a positional perspective, SBI and HDFC Bank, Bandhan Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, on the charts, on the monthly charts, they look very, very promising. So yes, from a positional perspective, yes, but from a trading perspective, I think Bank Nifty could be a little more volatile, and since the results are also just around the corner, so I would be a little circumspect with respect to trading the Bank Nifty. I'm more confident on trading the Nifty given the data points.
Okay, well, stay with us. We will slip into a short break, and we will be back in just a bit, and we'll talk about stocks on the other side. Stay tuned with. Welcome back. We are talking stocks at this side, on this side of the segment, and we're going to shift and put focus to Ashok Leyland. It just so happens that incidentally, both our experts have a view on this one. So, Amit, I'm going to come to you on this one. Let's start off with your view on Ashok Leyland and what you would do.
Yeah, I wish we had spoken pre-market, right? Looking at the fantastic, beautiful move today.
Yeah.
See, Ashok Leyland on the chart looks very promising from a trading perspective. It seems to have broken out of a 6-month trend line and a monthly resistance also. Plus, there is other technical factors like a Bollinger Band breakout and all that. So I'm very bullish on Ashok Leyland from a trading perspective. I would look to enter Ashok Leyland from a in terms of a bull call spread, wherein I would, buy the 185 call and sell the 190 call here. It's a bullish setup. And I have recommended a strategy instead of simply buying a call because Ashok Leyland has a very large lot size of 5,000 shares, and any small price movement could have a very, very, sharp impact on your P&L. So my view is bullish on Ashok Leyland, but buy a 185 call and sell a 190 call spread.
Soni, I believe you also got a futures trade on Ashok Leyland. Can you take us through what the target there is and what the stop loss should be?
Yes, definitely. I think Ashok Leyland starting with very good long rollovers from December to Jan series. In fact, I've been eyeing this particular stock 2 weeks ahead, 2 weeks ago, and 170 was looking very promising as a very strong support. So it was indicating that from that level itself, Ashok Leyland should have been bought. Keeping a very small stop loss of 165. It was to test 180 because 180 was its first level where you can see a lot of call writers were present. What is looking more promising ahead is that the 180 call writers, they have shifted the positions. They are heading towards 200 odd now. So it's just continuing with that upside move from even current levels, and it's looking quite strong as it has broken out all the resistances. So keep your stop losses to 178 and look for targets of 192, 194. So I think Ashok Leyland is looking quite strong both on derivatives, option metrics, and technicals as well.
Soni, what about LIC? You've got a trading call on LIC Housing Finance.
Yes, so LIC Housing Finance is seeing very strong long built-up positions today of approx 2% and it has also given a very good breakout above 540 levels and it's sustaining above that. So 540 is a stop loss and you can buy LIC Housing Finance for targets of 590 plus levels.
All right. Okay, so that's as far as LIC Housing Finance goes, and of course that's another interesting one out there. But Amit, if you could take us through the other stock strategy that you have on your radar.
Yeah, so as is my practice, I give a long as well as a short call. So now I am looking at Titan chart. If you look at the Titan daily chart, there was a bearish engulf formation on Friday on the last trading session, and it is now getting followed up with a mildly bearish move today also. If I look at the RSI also, there is a pronounced RSI negative divergence again on the daily chart. From a positional perspective, I'm still, the stock is still strong, but purely from a trading perspective for this Jan series, I would look to buy the Titan put of 3,700 and the stop loss would be, I would look to buy it at about 85, 87 rupees, and I would keep a target of 140 and a stop loss of about 50 rupees.
Right, so we've got two calls coming in. Amit giving a bearish call on Titan, and you've also got a futures call on Ashok Leyland and an option strategy on Ashok Leyland, both on the bullish side from Soni and Amit. Thank you, gentlemen. Great having you guys on the show. Wish you a very prosperous 2024. We'll hopefully see you more often. In the meantime, the markets aren't doing too much. Volumes are light, breadth is flat. Broader markets keeping up with the recent trend, outperforming the benchmark. The Nifty trading with a marginal 5-point gain. On that note, we'll slip into a break, but we've got a lot more lined up on the other side, so stay with us.